back. I know you missed us.
Hi.
Like a Muppet.
So I'm Megan and this is Christine and we're
Hi.
back
Yes.
to drop some more knowledge on you.
We have lots of knowledge and we feel like all of you could benefit from all of our knowledge. It's a true story.
So what's on the table today?
My glasses. My phone. This you can't see, but it's like a giant ring light. So today I would like to talk about age regression hypnosis.
What is that?
So, age regression is when we can take you back to a time in your life that you have experienced a trauma. And then you will take your coping mechanisms that you've developed already and go back to that time and address it in a way that is a bit more mature and in the know versus when you're immediately experiencing it and you're creating these complex emotions immediately, and sometimes they can be overwhelming. We suppress them, or we black out, or we're suppressing them or blacking out, and then ultimately it gets pushed down, but it does affect us on our everyday life. So that's kind of like in synopsis of what age regression is.
Yeah, that seems like if you're experiencing something like that and you're not dealing with it then, it can have some ramifications later on.
It sure can. So a lot of people end up with addictions, or they end up with like attachment style issues, or like relationship issues, or even like abandonment, or creating anxieties, or like some people have a problem if they feel like they don't have control. And where did they lose control? Where is it in their life they lost control, and what trauma developed from that? And so we go to the source of it. Usually that's what we want to do. But sometimes people want to go to a very specific time in their life, and they can do it either for that trauma reason, or sometimes people have had like really, really great experiences and they can't let those great experiences go to move forward with their life. So an example was someone experienced a miracle on a hill somewhere in Europe. They had been there for some kind of, I don't know, it was like Mother Mary or something, but they were there and they experienced it.
Wow.
And so they did age regression so they could go back in, and then the hypnotist guided them, and the person who was being hypnotized spoke about what they were seeing at that moment, what they were feeling at that moment, and everything that was happening around them. But they did that so they could be in the moment to actually communicate all this information versus trying to regain that memory and not be in the actual moment. So our subconscious is so powerful. It holds every single thing we've ever done with absolute accuracy, at least from our perception of what that accuracy would be in our minds. And if we have our conscious mind, it's more of a block. It's more of like the bodyguard or the bouncer, not letting certain things in. That's what our conscious does. It's kind of like the big brother, big sister ego. But the subconscious is sort of like the 2 or 3 year old that's just going to call you out for everything, that has like no filter and lets you know everything that's going on. And so sometimes we suppress that 2 to 3 year old because they're going to say things that we don't want everyone to hear. But yet the truth is very important.
So does someone come to you and they say, "Hi, Christine, I heard you can help me. I know that I need age regression hypnosis."
I would be very excited because most people that come to me usually have a million questions about what hypnosis is. They're under all these misconceptions, and I have to kind of reel them in, let them know they're always in control. So when you're under hypnosis, you're always under control. You are the one that's under control. I'm guiding. That's all I'm doing. I can put you under, and under just means an induction, which is getting you to be relaxed and then receptive to my voice and my suggestions of leading you to an even more relaxed state so that you feel comfortable dropping into your subconscious.
Feel safe enough to do so.
Right. It's all about feeling safe and allowing yourself to go into your subconscious without feeling that you have a bear at your door. see how I threw that essential oil.
Yeah, watch the video on managing stress to get that reference. We're throwing Easter eggs now.
Yeah. Oh, Easter's my favorite holiday, by the way. So what we do with hypnosis is we put the control back, all the powers back on you. And we are simply a guide. We're just a guide. And yes, we have to be certified, but we take it serious. At least I take it seriously. Find someone that you trust and who's going to take it seriously, not someone that you think would put some kind of suggestion in your mind that you didn't ask for.
Yeah.
I mean, so I would say the vast majority of us, we have certifications and we take it seriously. Most of us don't go into hypnosis thinking, oh yeah, I'll just get a hypnosis certification. We usually get here through a path of, hey, I think I can be of help.
Yeah, another modality to help someone.
Right. And so most of us that do hypnosis are in some type of service industry that help people. And so I'm a licensed massage therapist. I also am a Reiki master, and I do level 3 Marconics. I do different types of like reflexology. I'm very, very, very much into studying psychology and helping people with understanding themselves and helping themselves get out of trauma, and maybe I can help them too. And now I also do hypnosis, and I want to be able to get in and help you get rid of traumas, come to terms with whatever emotions are there, find out why those emotions are there, welcome those emotions and understand the emotion, and then forgive whatever it is that happened, because it probably had nothing to do with you, and it was either an experience, like, I don't know, like some random experience of maybe some space junk fell from the sky that you had no control over. Or it could have been something like, oh, I accidentally cut my hand while slicing celery, and now I'm in all this pain, and now I never want to touch celery again. Or just go, it could be,
I love celery.
I know, so could you imagine never wanting celery again? So it could be, honestly, it could be something very much in your control. It could be something very out of your control. But the point is, it impacts you. So we want to make sure that you feel comfortable being in your own subconscious, understanding where your emotions come from, being able to identify those emotions, forgive them, forgive yourself for whatever emotion that if you feel might be inhibiting you from growth, and then letting it go and creating a different narrative so that you don't feel you have a block. And so with age regression, it would help you to go under each year. So let me kind of scroll that back a little bit. So with age regression, once you're induced into hypnosis, we tell you how you're going to communicate with us. So I'm not a hypnotherapist, I'm a hypnotist. So therapists can do a little bit more guiding and talking to you through it. A hypnotist, we can't do that because we don't have that background. What we can do is help you get into the position or into the age for age regression that you feel that this problem stemmed from. And so how you communicate that would be, and it's different. It could be raising your hand, it could be raising a finger. You have a no and a yes.
And that's discussed beforehand.
Right. And so it can be or it can be entered into while you're under it. Either way is fine. So say I was doing age regression with you and I put you under into a suggestive state, which is hypnosis, and you are like, okay, you want to get to a certain age, but you're not quite sure which age that is. So I'm like, okay, is it at age, 39? And you're like, no. You use your left index finger.
I'm 39.
Is it 29?
There you go.
Is it 20? And then for every age, if you don't think it's that age, you just say no. And you keep hitting no with your index finger until you reach the age that it happened. So it could be age like 7. And you're like, okay, well, let's start at age 7. Is it in January of age 7? No. And you go through every month until you get to, say, September. And you're like, yes, it happened in September. Okay, so now we're going to go through all the days of September. So you go through the first, second, third, all the way until someone's like the 22nd. You're like, yes. Okay, now we know on September, when you were 7, on September 22nd at whatever time we said it was. So it could have been, so say like 7 o'clock p.m. We know that's when something happened. And so you can either go to the minute and I ask, do you want me to stay here with you, or do you want me to go down the minutes? Do you want me to stay with you? Yes. Do you need to go down the minutes? No. Okay. Do you need some time? Yes. Do you need me to guide you? No. Okay. Now I know that they are fully in whatever that trauma is and that they are handling it. So at that point, I can either say, do you need to be a fly on the wall? No. Do you need to approach this like you're an angel? No. Do you need to approach this like you're big brother, big sister? Yes. Okay. Be your own big brother, big sister. Imagine yourself being a big brother, big sister next to you as you are at the age of 7. Are you there? Yes. Okay. Then I can stop right there. Are you comfortable? Yes. Are you communicating? Yes. Do you need my help? No. The only help I can offer is to be suggestive as to guiding you to imagery. But there's no way that I can get you to say and or do anything that is not in your highest and best good. So if you ever got into a point where your head starts to do this, or you start to like have any type of physical reaction, then we consider that you would be going like hysterical. And they use the word hysterical, so we pay attention as practitioners. And so then we just calm you down and we just go to your third eye and we would stroke your third eye a few times, getting you to calm down. It's a true thing. It actually works. And then we bring you back into that same spot. Are you okay? You'd be like, yes, no. And then it's yes. Then we'll be like, okay, you're going to go back in. You have your big brother, big sister there. Do you need someone else there? Do you need to have an angel there with you? Mm-hmm. Do you need to have a parent there with you? Yes, no. And then we would provide that imagery. Go back in. Are you okay? Yes, no, yes. Do you need some time? Yes. And then we wait. Keep checking on you. Do you need more time? No. Do you need to go to a different time of your life? No. Would you like me to bring you back out of hypnosis? Yes. And then we would bring you back out of hypnosis. And that's how that is. At that point, you would have a bit more clarity. You're welcome to talk about it. You don't have to. Again, we're not counselors. We're not therapists. We're just there to help you remove any of the traumas based on what you can do with the adult version of what you are now going into your child version. So within this time, you probably have done some maturing. And so what seemed as a trauma as a 7-year-old might not seem as a trauma now, or as you go in as an adult, you'd be able to protect your younger self. Sometimes people have gone under and they don't have any experiences. Everything is black.
Oh, what does that mean?
Yeah, so that means they've repressed it and their subconscious they're not ready to see what happened. And so we can start digging more. If nothing happens, I pull them out. And what some people have, and I didn't know this until this had actually happened, that it could happen, but they would have some memories come back in their waking life. So either in their dreams or just as they're walking through life. They never communicated that it was so disruptive to their life. They just said it happened. And with age regression, I was up to that point under the impression that it happened only in that specific moment. But if we're going into the subconscious wasn't ready to show you anything at that moment. But it can, your body is telling you in this moment, I'm ready for you to see whatever it is that you want to see. So it can happen in a dream, and it can happen in your waking life. If it does, usually what I would encourage you to do is locate a counselor or a therapist, and that they can help you through that. But mostly that does not happen, usually it happens only within that period of time where you're under hypnosis, where you are prepared to deal with it. But it is your body that's going to, in your mind, that allows you to know what's going on when it's ready.
Yeah, and it's good to know that that's a possibility, even if it's rare. So if it does happen to you, you're not like, what the heck? It's like, okay, wait, no, I know that could have been a thing. Now I know exactly what to do because Christine told me, because she's so wonderful.
Well, and it's good to know that it's a possibility because it's better to know that in advance and then still make that decision to go forward.
Yeah.
And then if it were to happen, you'd be like, this is what she said that could happen, and I'm prepared for it. And now I know it could happen, and I'm not so scared of it.
Mm-hmm.
And in that moment, you choose where you need to be. Do you need to be in a place by yourself? Do you need to, just take some balance or adaptive or Shinrin Yoku, Roku, Uno, Dos, Tres. Do you need something, and at that point you've gotten to a point where you feel that you're prepared, which is important to feel that way. I would say that is so rare that it happens, but now that I've had a couple times where it has happened, now we know that it could. What I am toying around with is just saying, anything that your body wants you to know from here on out, we're going to go ahead and just leave it here and do you want the option of your body to let you know in your waking life, or do you want to only have control of it in your subconscious? And then you can let your body know at that point, like, no, maybe only my dreams, not my waking life. Okay, so then I would integrate that into the hypnosis. And I usually would do that. I would have that conversation with you in the interview so that you have that integrated into the suggestion during the hypnosis. Like I said, you're always in control. You're always in control of what happens. So if knowing this in advance that it's a possibility, you have the control of what is going to happen in the subconscious, and if you need that as a gatekeeper, then that would be integrated.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm really excited about age regression because I want to help people get rid of their traumas. We hold everything in our bodies, so those emotions get held in different organs or in different tissues. It's important to let that go because the lesson is important, but not the trauma. And we make decisions in our life based on that trauma and based on those lessons. It's okay to make decisions on our life based on those lessons because that's what we're supposed to do. It's learning, right? Don't put your hand on the stove because it's hot. That's a lesson, right? But who needs to have the emotional trauma that goes along with I put my hand on the stove? Right now, you don't want to ever touch anything. It's not helpful. It's not helpful, no. So keep the lessons and remove the emotional trauma. That's
beautiful. It sounds like a really empowering thing to do.
I think so. I think it is. And I feel like every time I work on someone as, in massage, I'm always thinking, what happened to this person that they're holding on to so much? Really? And then that's one of my journeys was I'm really good at what I do, and I will tear out whatever it is that's there. But if it's in their tissue and they come back and it's the same way, then I ask a lot of questions, and ultimately I'm like, well, I ask a lot of questions. I want to know what I can do, and ultimately it led me to do energy work and now hypnosis. I want people to let go of what's no longer serving them. Like, don't hold on to it. Just send it up into the universe or nebulous or whatever you want to do. Just send it away and just have a wonderful life. You're meant to be here and have a wonderful life. You really are. And the trauma isn't supposed to stay with you. It's the lesson, but not the trauma, not the emotional fallout of what happened. So
if someone's listening to this or watching this and is like, oh my God, I want to feel lighter. I want to feel like I want to get rid of that. This sounds like this sounds like the next step for me. How would they get a hold of you?
Well, I'm not going to list my phone number.
Oh, yeah.
But I have a YouTube, and it's called Blondie's Stuff. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I do have a YouTube page that I use, and it is called Blondie's Stuff.
Confirmed.
So you can go on there, and I have my you can go on there and communicate. It's Blondie's Stuff 3039. And then I also have an Instagram account, and that is under Deborah Ryan 1. And my face is there. I'm wearing red. Not today, though. And then I also have a Facebook page. And on that Facebook page, it is under Christy, Kristy, Schumann, Schumann. For those of you that know about the Schumann resonance, it's spelled the same way. And either way, you can contact me and set up an appointment. I do. I have done hypnosis over Zoom and FaceTime, and it was beneficial. I've got people to stop smoking and stop eating certain things because that's where they wanted their focus.
That's so cool that it also works virtually.
Yeah, yeah. So does energy, and like I could do Reiki over the phone too. But yeah, it's easy. And I work in southeastern Wisconsin, and yeah, so you can always reach out to me. And if you're hesitant to go to where I practice out of my home, then I also practice hypnosis at 2 of the places that I work, which I will tell you once you contact me.
We can't give everything away for free. Just kidding. Any final thoughts to leave with our viewers, listeners?
To dispel myths, hypnosis is not about making you cluck like a chicken or become a Manchurian candidate or anything. I'm not, at least that's not what I'm representing. And everybody's placed under hypnosis through commercials or driving late at night. People are put in trances all the time. They don't realize it. But why not be empowered and control when that happens? And so get rid of your stuff and just believe in the power of the good instead of what you have heard that's made it into something that just really was never meant to be.
Beautiful.
I thought so. So thank you for another episode of Christy and Megan.
Thanks, guys.
All right. You guys have a good weekend.
Bye.